lovers, the moon is a thing of beauty. But to this man it is a deadly curse. When the moon is full, this miserable wretch turns into a hairy, snarling half-man, half-beast. Prowls the night, his fangs thirsty for human blood. He is a werewolf.
Hello, welcome to the Werewolf by Night podcast, the show where we talk about Marvel's number one lycanthrope, Jack Russell, a.k.a. the Werewolf, a.k.a. the Beast, a.k.a. the Shaggy One, a.k.a. Russ Jackson. I'm your co-host, Matt Howell.
I'm Jacob Balcom.
Thanks for joining us this week, listeners. We have one of our dear brothers here, Brad Elmore, back with us again. Hey, Brad.
Hey, guys. Nice to be here. Can't wait.
So glad you're back. We're back. We needed to have Brad on this one to talk about a Ghost Rider issue because he's kind of a Ghost Rider guy. He loves the character.
Yeah, dyed in the wool Ghost Rider fan.
And
but a very particular and picky Ghost Rider fan.
I was trying to get around to figure out how to say that. This was a popular character, right, guys? I mean, in general, 70s,
yes.
late.
And as I think he's an inescapable visual for people to like, especially little kids or anyone really. It's a flaming skull and a motorcycle. It's a perennial visual that is appealing. And I think that's a big chunk of the popularity because it's certainly not necessarily a lot of the character stuff because it's very rare that they've really figured that out in any like truly satisfying way outside of little fits and starts here and there. Going up to even, more recent runs or takes on the character, I wouldn't say I'd say it's the visual element is very, very forefronted, forefronted, whatever. I don't know, words.
He's definitely iconic. And his head was pretty much in every house ad in the late 70s, around that time. Like he was very visually associated with Marvel. And he's still cool today, what we're talking about this week will be Ghost Rider number 55, which is from 1981, has a pull date of April on it. And I noticed when I was making notes here that this, our last episode, we talked about something from April 81 as well. The Marvel premiere number 59 also came out this month. So Jack was in two books at one time. Kind of cool. Also, someone pointed out that we made this big to-do about how that Marvel premiere backup story was not in anything, so we needed to present it visually so everybody could enjoy it with us. And then someone pointed out it's in the Essential Collection 3 or whatever. Not Essential, but Epic Collection 3. So, oops.
Yeah, that's my fault since I actually own that. And I have it digitally and just didn't check. I just figured it wasn't in there. So yeah, that's on me. I'll take the hit for that one.
Oh, good. It's usually my fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this cover here is by Bob Budiansky pencils and Frank Giacoia inks. And I dig this one, man. It's got a big field, a big sky of yellow. And there's this insanely steep stadium crowd watching this happen. In the foreground, we have Ghost Rider zooming by on his whatever. Does this bike have a name like Gary or Steve? Okay, well, he's zooming by his
Hell Cycle.
Hell Cycle. Thank you.
Yeah.
He's zooming towards us on his Hell Cycle, and Tatterdemalion is on his back, and he has his scarf wrapped around his neck, and he's trying to choke him out. And from behind all of this, the werewolf is leaping towards Tatterdemalion to get involved in the fray. And it says Ghost Rider and the big banner and meets Werewolf by Night, which they already met briefly, but whatever. They probably didn't shake hands.
No, they met last time, one of the times that Brad was on. When we had the, that was the first meeting of the...
Legion of Monsters. Or whatever.
Legion of Monsters, that's right.
Yeah, that hissy slap fest. That turned out to be.
Although we all dug the Golden God kind of weird Kirby
super cool
thing. The seed, what was that?
Starseed.
Yeah. But yeah, this one says featuring the frightening return of Tatterdemalion. So this is probably that character's fourth or fifth appearance. I don't know, but I was ready for him.
His appearance on the cover is the coolest he'll ever look.
Yep.
He looks really cool on the cover, and the use of yellow is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Brad, that's what I noticed first off, is I was just like, oh, Tatterdemalion looks pretty handsome, and he does not in any of his other appearances. I feel
Looks like the
Bob,
shadow.
he does. He looks
totally.
super badass.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's but you're right. That's the best he's going to look ever.
So yeah, I was a big fan of this cover. Brad, if you, I don't know if we talked about this before. I don't think we have. Casting, era appropriate casting. This was 1981. You got any ideas?
1981. I struggle with it being 1981.
I know.
Crazy. My whole mind just cast Ghost Rider back in like mid 70s, early 70s. So I'm like, this was 1981. Because the series wraps up in 81. How the fuck is that even possible? We're sure on that cover date, and that's not the reprint date.
Oh yeah,
That's the cover date.
yeah.
Crazy.
I don't know. Was he in like Spotlight or something for a long time? He wasn't in Spotlight for a long time, was he?
No. Just, he doesn't end that. Yeah, I guess that would make sense. Anyway, in 1981 Ghost Rider, I'm not going to do it. 70, I'm just going to stick it back in the 70s where it belongs, and I'm going to put Billy Green Bush as Tatterdemalion. Love that guy. This guy has to sound like a weird hick, right?
I have no idea.
like if you remember him from like 5 Easy Pieces and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I'm still stuck on since the 70s. I don't give a fuck about 1981. And there's nothing in this that looks like it's 1981.
No.
I'm sticking with Redford as Johnny Blaze, and my man Michael Parks, and then Cam Bronson as, you'd be a little old for it, but as Jack Russell. I think you got two good helmet-haired guys squaring off here, because they're very much in phenotype of being like, because Jack Russell's very much like the lame Johnny Blaze,
No, I can see that.
I mean, even in this comic, he's the Johnny Blaze that isn't in the 6 stunt leathers. So Tensor Go, he's the lame Johnny Blaze.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair enough. Jacob, what are your thoughts on this cover here?
I dig
for me.
Yeah, no, I really dig it. Like I love the way that the Beast looks. Love Tatterdemalion. Love the angle, the crowd. Like, yeah, I think this is a really cool cover.
I like the incorporation of the Werewolf by Night logo.
That's true. They use the original logo.
It's cool. It's just a really good cover that pops.
So at this time in 1981, Bob Budiansky seems to just be doing covers for the Avengers and Ghost Rider. Like, he's not doing a ton right now. He'd go on to work on almost every issue of the Transformers comic later on in the 80s. He also does the art for the final issues of this Ghost Rider title.
Yeah, and he pops up here and there in the before. He's on the he does fill-ins for like Perlin and stuff before, but yeah, he covers the last few with Jam DeMatteis. And I really like his art. He does a issue with Roger Stern. I think it's issue 68, or I could be wrong, where he does the interiors, and it's just a retelling of Ghost Rider's origin. It's got this great cover that they used for one of the essential covers, and it's got a great framing device. It almost feels like a little mini treatment for how you might do a Ghost Rider movie.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, I like Budiansky on Ghost Rider. He avoids a lot of the pitfalls that some other artists do. Like, sometimes they give him those fucking eyeballs, which is lame.
Yeah.
Hate that. Yeah. But Perlin's interiors on this, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so let's go to the opening page. So the title of our story is Touch of Terror, and the cast of creators, we have a script by Michael Fleischer, art by Don Perlin, colors by Rob Carosella, letters by Diana Albers, edited by Denny O'Neil, and editor-in-chief is Jim Shooter. So yeah, this is one of those things we talked about when we talked in the first season about the original Werewolf by Night run, that Perlin doing his own inks is something very classic that all of us love. It's just, it's very, very classic 70s. maybe that's why you had a hard time placing it in 1981, Brad, because Perlin's style is so 70s. Like, this really could have been from 1974 or something.
Yeah. Ghost Rider himself, before the transition into leather daddy, like biker bar guy, like with the later era stuff, just to me fits so wholesale in the stunt biker road movie obsessions of the 70s too, you know?
Yeah.
So I think we may have talked about this before, but I don't know. Maybe on the last issue you were on, but remind us what your first, what iteration of Ghost Rider is your first one you were exposed to?
Well, just the visual at first, and like there was like cards, you know, like you'd get the Marvel cards on like the playground, so we'd have them. But my uncle for Christmas one year gave me an issue of the, I think it's number 11 of the new Ghost Rider with Danny Ketch, and it's where Johnny Blaze is hunting him down. And Johnny Blaze is dressed like Lorenzo Lamas in Renegade, as everyone was in 1990, whatever. It's like every character was in a trench coat with like some sort of like sculpted mullet or ponytail and sunglasses at night, just grizzled anti-hero, 2 shotguns guy. And that's where they had Johnny Blaze. And my uncle, who was a big biker guy, like a big, like 6'4", like just head bashing miscreant of a man, cool dude, like a walking tattoo parlor, you know. He explained to me very carefully that this new Ghost Rider, when he gave me this issue, sucked, and that the old one, Johnny Blaze, the guy who's like the older grizzled guy, was awesome. I didn't know if I quite agreed at the time, because I was like seduced by the new glow in the dark covers when I started looking at the comic. And but then I started to, you know, Danny Ketch with his weird like Jerry curl, and like he seemed to be just a normal person who had Ghost Rider powers. He seemed like very much like a Peter Parker mold, and I didn't really stick with it. I had other gnarlier, more violent comics to read in the 90s. It wasn't until the later 90s when Brian Pulido was given the license to the characters, just like they launched the Marvel Knights line. Well, another publisher that they let license out their characters and do their own publishing at the same time as like an experiment was Chaos Comics. So Chaos Comics and Brian Pulido were given a slew of characters to publish their own title with Marvel, and they did the Supernaturals. And in an issue of Wizard, they're promoting that. And he had this thing where he had the designs that they were going to be in there, and they showed like Ghost Rider and what he'd look like. And that was far and away from what he looked like in the popular title at the time, where he just looked absurd. Like everything's a skull, everything's leather and spikes. All of a sudden, here's this like streamlined stunt leather look. And Brian Pulido's quote is simple. He's just like, the Plug design is the best. It never got better than this. And I'm like, 14 or so. And I'm like, yeah, he's right. He's just right. I mean, that is the cool thing. And this sort of coincided with me watching Easy Rider for the first time. So then I went back and started reading the early Ghost Rider stuff, which is more like trippy road movie stuff and less gothy. The way I always break it down, and even on the show, is I think like original Ghost Rider is like psychedelic hard rock, like Hawkwind and Black Sabbath, early Black Sabbath, and things like that. Jimi Hendrix, a lot of, and the Danny Ketch version is very much Iron Maiden. It's very metal,
Yeah.
And I just don't really like that Ghost Rider. And I like Johnny Blaze, the carny, the like weird sort of like stunt biker carny guy on the road with a monkey on his back, very much in the Incredible Hulk TV show model,
Yeah,
for sure.
And that's sort of the one I've always gravitated toward. And I've kept up. I've read most Ghost Rider-y stuff I can, and there's been good little fits and starts in later years. I think Jason Aaron had a pretty cool little take on it, but mostly Ghost Rider comics I haven't really liked them much. I like the a lot of the stuff done with the guy in the muscle car. The muscle car Ghost Rider, like the new one, the guy who's like the Ghost Rider now. I don't know.
Oh shit, I can't.
Robbie Reyes. Robbie Reyes.
Robbie Reyes is good. Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, I think that stuff's cool and fine. It's I don't really keep up with the title, but I thought that was like anything's better than Dan Ketch, because Dan Ketch doesn't give a shit about like bikes or cars or like he's not of the world. He's just Spider-Man. He's just like Spider-Man with Ghost Rider powers. And I just fundamentally do not like that. I'm sure there's been good stories with him because it's just tools to tell stories. But my personal preference is like, I like that Robbie Reyes comes from like car culture, and then has a flaming car and a flaming skull and whatever. I think that's cool. I sort of think Dan Ketch just finding the bike in the cemetery and then just becoming a Ghost Rider, and his bike is stupid. I hate his bike. This is another thing I got to harp on really quick. Ghost Rider's bike should just be a motorcycle.
Yes.
It should not be a thing covered in things that look like skulls or like the face plate or the front plate or whatever the fuck is a giant skull. They tried that with Ghost Rider in the original title for a bit, where he had eyeballs and this stupid, it looked like the Flymobile, like his bicycle with the windscreen that was like eyeballs. It's so lame. No, he just needs like I think he's in looks like a 71 Sportster. It's like the classic Ghost Rider bike. Don't quote me on that. And it'll take on more chopper elements, like the handlebars will raise up a little bit more, but just like keep it simple, light it on fire. That's all you need to do with Ghost Rider,
Yeah.
Tone down the spikes and the fucking chains and the filigree and all the bullshit. It's like, that's not cool, man. Like,
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. Okay, good. I wanted your take on the character out there right at the very beginning before we dive into this issue. Like I said, the story is called Touch of Terror, and the opening narration reads: the Nevada desert is cold at night, as cold and as bleak as an empty tomb. Yet tonight, this stark landscape resounds with the roar of hellfire and the satanic laughter of the demon men call the Ghost Rider. And it's a pretty cool opening page. It's him almost on like a going along a cliff face or something. Like, yeah, he's on some kind of the top of some kind of mesa. And it's Ghost Rider riding his pretty normal looking bike. This even looks more like a stunt bike than a chopper still, honestly, which is cool because that's the whole, he's going to actually be performing as a stunt performer this issue, which I really thought was great. I thought they may have kind of abandoned that by 1981 in a way, because Evel Knievel maybe wasn't as huge as he was in 1975.
It's a living.
He's always going back and forth in the title between he'll like go to a new place, work there for a while, everything will fuck up and you have to go. And then he eventually goes to Hollywood. I can't remember I think it's before this. He goes to Hollywood and becomes like a movie stunt biker.
Okay.
That's where he hooks up with Karen Page, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, Jacob, you can see why he's in Vegas, right? Because he can always work at Circus, the Globes of Death, or whatever that's called, the big sphere.
That definitely went on into the 80s.
Yeah, so, I saw when I was at Circus in Reno in the 80s.
Plus, it keeps him out in the desert, which is always where I think he looks the coolest.
This splash page agrees with you.
Yeah, this opening page is total proof of that, because it's pretty badass. I really love the colors. Rob Carosella, I couldn't find a ton of information about him, and he only had about a dozen coloring credits. I know he was a member of Marvel's production staff for a long time. He did a little editing, but he only did about a dozen color assignments, and I actually really like his colors in this.
I do too. The purple's in the foreground, and they kind of, the moonlight and everything as it goes away just kind of washes and gets lighter and lighter with blues. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I have a question. I've only read I think I checked out Essential Ghost Rider from the library 20 years ago and read it all in one weekend or something. So I forgot a lot of stuff. So he is possessed by the demon that is the spirit of vengeance.
The Spirit of Vengeance thing doesn't come in, I don't think, till Dan Ketch. The demon's called Zarathos.
Okay, yeah.
And it's just a loud, mean exorcist style demon who's declamatory sentences like "the hour is mine," that kind of shit.
Okay.
Because he has one of the dumbest origin stories in so much as how overly complicated it is, which has always been a big problem with the character because it's hard to, his motivation, the big successful characters that really stick around, it seems like there's such a clean, or eventually gets cleaned up, like what they are. Whereas him, it's like his dad died, so he's raised by his stepdad, who then gets sick, so then he turns to Satan, the natural
progression.
The natural progression there. He studies the occult, makes a deal with Satan for his soul to save his stepdad, who is sort of like his caretaker, his guardian, after I think he also accidentally killed his stepmother as well. And then he gets granted that. The devil's like, yeah, fine, I'll take your soul. And then I think his name's Crash Simpson, Bart Simpson, Crash or whatever. The guy ends up dying anyway, and is like next thing. And so Johnny Blaze gets fucked over, and it just makes him kind of look dumb, like he took a raw deal, I think it would have been much more interesting if he just did it selfishly. It was just like, I want to be the best and I'll sell my soul.
Right.
I think that would clean it all up. But
Robert Johnson.
Yeah, instead he has this, like, they try to bend over backwards to give him sort of like the Peter Parker-y kind of like thing. Yeah, Robert Johnson, that would clean it all up. It's just like, make it selfish, make it like that. And because he just kind of feels like an idiot who wouldn't reason out, like, I cured his cancer, and then he just dies. He's a fucking stunt man. He just dies the neck, like right after the cancer's cured.
So, what is the relationship? Does I know he houses this demon or whatever? He's like a vehicle for it. What makes it come out? What's the relationship like? Does he? You know what I mean? Does it come out at inconvenient times? Is like
your confusion is not going to be resolved.
Okay.
Because the title itself never really figures out at first it's just nighttime.
Yeah. I remember that from the beginning.
Much like the original Hulk, and then it kind of becomes when evil's around, becomes like another version of that. And then and then there's like, it's basically whenever convenient, the writer's like, oh, now he's exerting some control over it, so it's more Johnny Blaze as the Ghost Rider. He's just using the Ghost Rider powers. Okay. And then sometimes it's like, it's the demon, but the demon is in full control, or sometimes it's like a meld of their personality, and they never streamline it.
Okay.
Not in this initial run. It is never fully streamlined in any satisfying way. They could just never nail that down. And it makes sense because he's also got such a weird nebulous power base. He's essentially like a god.
Yeah.
And he is, it's funny watching him like roll around fighting like, scuzzy bikers and like weird cults and stuff, because he's kind of unbeatable. It's more interesting when he gets sabotaged or something. Again, a lot of these comics aren't great. They're fun. I would recommend real quick though, if there is some gems buried in the run. I think the early Plug stuff, just for the art alone, is like expensive and like not really that easy to find, but you can, you can just digitally, I guess, but there's an issue by Jim Starlin, it's number 35, that I think has the right approach to the character. And every once in a while they get it right, where they don't make it a power, like him having to like punch shit or like burn things. It's more like based around, since his powers are esoteric, then it's based around things like, well, he has to race for his soul. Or he has to race, or he has to do like things like that are more existential quests within an issue. But Starlin has one where him and Death have to race through the desert, and it's Starlin and somebody else doing the art. They both do it together, but it's clearly Starlin's doing the layouts and most of the work. And he writes, it's a fucking great little, perfect little Ghost Rider issue. Yeah, I would say that's worth finding, and worth finding as a comic. You can usually find it for like $5 to $10 in a bin somewhere, you know.
Okay, cool. Well, that helps answer a lot of questions.
Basically, none of it matters and none of it's consistent, so he can just do whatever the writer decides he needs to be doing in that issue. You know,
there's something kind of fun about that, though. I mean, it's almost kind of freeing, just
Absolutely.
because. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Again, there's going to be ups and downs, like you're saying, but I kind of like that. So here, like his word balloons have these 45-degree angle, like sanded off edges to indicate that that's the demon in control and speaking. And he has like a different kind of, I don't know, flinty or unhuman voice. And I like that he talks in a very, you know, this night has been good to me, for it has been a night of retribution and triumph. Like, I love the way he talks. It's so weird.
Yeah, he's like Pazuzu from The Exorcist, you know.
Yeah,
like, much too vulgar display of power. That's my favorite line in The Exorcist is when she leaps up and the demon just yells, "The hour is mine!" Like I've always wanted to yell that at somebody. It's either "the hour is mine" or "this hour is mine," or like, just love it.
You'll get the chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he recaps here. I don't know if you're done, Jacob. I just wanted to mention that I think the Orb is one of the coolest looking characters ever.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. I kind of glanced through some of the issues before and yeah, so yeah, we do get an editor's note because he talks about his fearsome adversary, the Orb, and that was his fight with him was last issue. And Denny gives us a little editorial note on that at the bottom.
Apparently a lot of shit went down last issue. Like throughout this thing, there's a ton of.
It's a real dense
referencing. Issue. Yeah, they do. It is.
Yeah.
He sees some headlights in the distance roaring down the highway, the lone highway in the middle of the desert. And on the next page, he sees it's this fancy ass race car. It's a Formula racing car, and it's pretty damn fast. And he just decides to go after it, and he rides straight down the cliff face. Vertically, which is so badass, like just clinging to it by magic and hellfire. And the driver thinks, hey, that guy on the cycle, where the devil did he come from? And this panel here that follows, I think they mixed up the thought balloon trails because they attribute it to Ghost Rider, but I think the racer is supposed to be saying it.
Isn't that funny? I noticed that too. It should have just gone to the Formula car instead of the bike. Yeah, that was guess that's Diana Albers making a slip up there.
Okay. Well, and maybe they were thinking, well, Langtree, that's a character that Johnny knows, so I guess that must be Ghost Rider thinking that, but it's actually, we find out later, the racer who also works for Langtree.
Yeah.
So he's saying, well, you know, Langtree wanted me out here to give this a late night run before the big race, so he's going to get this race. And he goes tearing along, and he decides to punch it. And he's going 260. He's like, wait a minute, what the hell? And this page, the some of this exposition here in the thought balloons are critical, but I would really like to see this without any thought. Like, a lot of this visually just tells you what's going on.
Most Marvel comics at this time would be better like that, I think. Yeah. But this also continues the glorious Marvel tradition of somebody seeing something totally fucking insane and just assuming it's like some dude in a mask.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this guy in a skull mask and some sort of fire effect, which leads me to believe that the masks in the Marvel universe must have been fucking top tier.
Yep.
Yeah. You went into it, like, was Reed Richards making those things? Like, just you go into a dime store and you just get these incredible Halloween costumes because nobody ever is like, the existential dread is rarely there. Mm-hmm. And it's like, this is a guy on a flaming motorcycle. Even if you don't see the skull, that would be a little alarming.
Yeah.
But it's like, this Halloween jockey's following me.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. They do it with the werewolf all the time too. It's just like, some sort of hirsute man.
Yeah. He wants a race. It's a race he'll get.
Yeah. Interesting though. So yeah, 616. The masks in this universe are way better than the ones that we know. These aren't just Tor Johnson masks.
No.
You know,
No.
this is top notch shit. So okay,
This ain't no spray painted Shatner mask here. This is
no.
Or Nimoy.
like you wear a mask and you are William Shatner in the Marvel universe. You know,
Like you could get into S.H.I.E.L.D. with that mask on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Totally.
No, I totally agree with you, Matt. The art on this is great, and it was so nice to have Perlin again. My God, we spent so much time with Don Perlin. I really feel like we got to know his strengths, his few weaknesses. You know, how that we liked him inking his own pencils. Like we really spent a lot of time with Don, and it was really cool to come back, and it was just so relaxing and nice and familiar. I'm like, I know this guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, this most of the art in this issue is pretty great.
I thought so.
Yeah.
It looks like he's been growing his ass off since we saw him last as an artist. I mean, I think he actually made leaps and bounds here, and I loved his run in Werewolf.
Yeah, and remember, he's been doing this for like, I don't know, 35 years or something at this point. So yeah, he's one of those artists that does just keep getting better. So I don't know if we found out yet, but the driver of the Formula One car is named Pete, and so so yeah, Pete can't believe this motorcycle is gaining on him, even though he's doing 260 miles an hour, and he's really hurt. I do like that he's really concerned about the car because obviously it's a lot of money. His boss will kill him, and so he kind of quickly spins out and just lets Ghost Rider pass him, or technically in that fourth panel, just do a super badass jump over the Formula One car is what it looks like. And and as Ghost Rider is jumping over this car, he says, "Make way, puny snail. Make way for a fiery avenger."
Love it.
Oh, which I loved. I love that Pete thinks, "Holy Christmas, I don't believe any of this." And so, yeah, Pete gets out of his car and he says, "Oh, it looks like I bruised my arm a little making that spin out. I better get back to Vegas and pack a little ice on before it really swells up on me." And I loved his face in that last panel. Again, art had stopped looking like this in 1981.
Yeah, totally.
Like Perlin, this is such a throwback issue art-wise.
Yeah, I like how mature you are because my first note on here is he's planning on riding that machine of his right up my rear end.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right.
I don't know. I guess I'm just childish, but I was like, that's pretty funny.
No, that's the Dan Ketchum strategy.
Yeah.
And I like that, he's gaining on him all this stuff. And I was trying to picture this, like how spooky this would be out in the middle of nowhere. You're the only car out there. This weird interaction happens, this glowing, whatever, skull-headed thing. And then he notes that it doesn't make any noise. The engine is completely silent, which makes it even creepier.
Oh, it's super creepy. Yeah.
So it's
I
like
love
a
that
phantom,
touch.
I hate that.
Yeah.
You hate that? You want it to be loud as shit, huh?
Fucking be loud. It's not the quiet cycle. It's the hell cycle. It should be just the most hellish, fucking cantankerous, loud, gnarly. What's he got to do? Hide? He's already on fire.
That's true.
He's not a stealth combatant. I mean, it's an interesting little flourish, but I'm like, no, it should be reverberating throughout the desert. Like the yaw of it should be miles away, people in their houses should be like, what is that rumble in the distance?
Yeah.
So back in Vegas, he pulls into an alley and he absorbs.
Quiet vehicles are for Europeans. Okay. And
well, it's an old demon. He's more familiar with European.
And the Formula One car is a European car. And last time, and that's, America does loud, driving straight. That's what we do. That's how you get to the moon. You don't turn. You don't turn to get to the moon, which is why the flag on the moon is America. All right.
And, you believe we went to the moon? Okay. It says a crimson orbed biker. His orbs, are these meaning his eyes? Like he has flaming red eyes?
Yeah.
Okay. That kind of confused me throughout here. Like, anyway, a crimson orbed biker reabsorbs his macabre fire bike. So I love that this is like hellfire and he just absorbs it back into his body. There's some kind of weird body horror stuff there. I dig that. And then slowly, exhaustingly, he wills away his demonic persona. And I love every time they show him transitioning to or from Ghost Rider, the middle panel of all of those is horrifying. Like he's just growing skin back or skin is melting away from him every time. Like he looks like the Crypt Keeper. It's just freaky as shit.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things. The transition when done as like it looks like it's painful or gross. And, you know, I always love when they pay attention to that because sometimes he'll just like snap into it. You know.
Yeah.
Nah, not cool.
So Johnny's walking along thinking he when he gets angry, which is often, all he wants to do is tear loose on an orgy of destruction and terror. And when he tastes victory, like in last night's knockdown and drag out battle with the orb, then he wants to cut loose for a few hours in order to get all the crazy demonic exaltation he feels out of his system. So Johnny's just like, I can't win, right? I mean, This guy, completely this guy's mercy. Yeah, so he's going to cut through the Diamond Cowgirl where he works as a stunt driver and just go crash and get some sleep until he has to do his first show the next day.
This is a really wordy page. There's a lot of exposition on this page, but also, I love the art as well. Like that transition is amazing, and I feel like Perlin kind of did that with Werewolf by Night as well. That his middle panels were always kind of unsettling in a way.
Definitely.
And he's all about the 3-panel transformation too. Maybe not as inventive as Pluged, where we saw him do all sorts of crazy shit in his Jack transformations. But Perlin's a master of the 3-panel transformation.
Yeah, definitely.
So next page, we go inside the Diamond Cowgirl Casino. And this is a great introduction because we got a bunch of Richie Riches at that's Craps, right? That's Craps table.
Looks like.
Looks like it, yeah.
And
it's roulette.
Yeah. Well,
there's a roulette wheel on there.
It's a roulette wheel on there. Okay. So yeah, it's roulette. And one of the guy who's ridiculous. He's wearing like some kind of like frilly pink vest and is comically holding his nose. And he says, "Phew, what happened to the air in here? What the devil is that awful smell?" And then we have a voice off panel being like, smell? I don't smell anything. And the third panel is just full on Tatterdemalion. It's just like waving his arms around and saying, "Unless it's the stench of wealth that you refer to, the noxious odor of elegance and refinement that so outrages the sensibilities of the Tatterdemalion." So yeah, this guy, his entrances are so amazing every time. He always likes to just freak the shit out of rich people, melt their clothes, melt their money, and guess what? That's exactly what he does here.
And blow their minds.
And he blows their minds.
And I can't remember. This is sort of always his MO is just burn the rich.
Burn the rich.
Today, yeah.
Burn their money.
I know.
He is. He is a folk hero to us. So yeah, he punches one of the guys out. He says, "I'm a man with a crusade, a mission to purge the world of decadence and to uplift the noble virtues of poverty and selflessness for which I stand." And he grabs money out of these rich folks' hands, and he's about to melt it. So as far as introductions go, I mean, his are always the best. They're always so ridiculous, and I love them. So this made me laugh.
Does he have superpowers?
I had to look this up because we were wondering on Marvel Team Up 93. He does not. Those gloves are just chemically treated. And he has that weighted scarf, and he has like formaldehyde in his hat and a bunch of oily rags and grease on his suit.
So that's how he's able to melt.
But both Spider-Man and the Werewolf in Marvel Team Up 93 were like, wow, he's super powered. He went like toe-to-toe strength-wise with Spider-Man.
I know. According to
he
Wikipedia.
Just hates rich people that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, seeing rich people makes him Hulk out. And maybe that's why. But yeah, no, that's bullshit. He was totally super powered in Marvel Team Up 93.
How cool would it be to punch Spider-Man?
Yeah. But he might just be on PCP. I don't know.
Maybe. Okay, let's say that it's half drug fueled as well. But yeah, that bums me out, Matt.
I love that when he grabs this dude and when he punches him out, like his tuxedo's already half gone just from like all that chemicals on his gloves.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so fast.
Yeah, I also like that the citizenry of this upscale place called the Diamond Cowgirl. What's it called?
The Diamond Cowgirl. You're correct.
Diamond Cowgirl. It's like this weird, like polite Vegas. Like it's not all that decadent. What's going on here? You know, they just looking for a nice weekend. You know, like it doesn't scream to me like the big money moving around. You know.
Yeah.
No, this is Monaco.
Which makes it even funnier.
There's no baccarat.
No, there's no baccarat here.
Some guy who looks like a John Holmes character just getting worked over by a freak with milk gloves, you know. He's probably on probably on a 3-day bender, you know. More his kids' college fund's just gone down. He just won it back, you know. Can't wait.
And then it got melted. Yeah.
This is gonna put him back to rights with his wife. Maybe she'll let him see, you know, their daughter again, and then fucking this freak shows up.
Well, they can go off the strip to Old Town and play War. Or what number am I thinking of? Like Clark Griswold in Vegas Vacation. Earn it back the hard way. The next page here, there's a great panel of the Tatterdemalion clutching the fistfuls of money that he just swiped from people, and he's like holding them up like a kid, like with candy, and they're just falling apart like to ash, like Thanos or something like that. And like, as for the rich, why should they care what I do? After all, didn't you all have money to burn? And we cut away to Jack. Jack Russell is ducking into a dark alcove, loosening his tie, taking off his dinner jacket, saying, "Well, this is it, Jack, baby. That tip I picked up in that LA pool room was right on the money." His name? Jack Russell. And he starts changing in this really weird panel where it looks like he's sneezing. I mean, it's beautifully drawn, but it's a strange panel where it just looks like hay fever. But the next two panels, oh my God, Perlin must have been juicing or something, man. These are great werewolf panels. He's crouching down.
I'm stuck on this. This guy drove out to Vegas to disrupt one roulette game. Like, he needs to set his sights a little high. I mean, there's got to be bigger game. Like, has he heard of Banks? What's he doing in the other version when he's with Werewolf by Night, when he shows up with him in Spider-Man?
He was in a jazz club. He's just like
jazz club.
He's like a Tasmanian devil. It was a grand opening of a new jazz club with a lot of rich folks. But yeah, he's just Tasmanian deviling around rich people. You know,
it's like you'd think he'd be like you know, somebody like circling the scenes in like the Bonfire of the Vanities or something.
Right.
Like, truly, you know, just go get the hedge fund people, man. What are you doing? Like, stop fucking with people's weekends, man.
Well, he actually has ties to casinos in Vegas. We find out later, but that's not been.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
So yeah, there's this great panel in the middle here. That's this long horizontal panel of like Jack almost doing full splits, like crouching down and growling. And then he dives towards Tatterdemalion and grabs him by the throat. And Tatterdemalion is shocked. And one guy says, "Good gravy." What is that? I think another guy said "good gravy" when Fleischer wrote something we read. And the Wolfman, again, this is our modern Wolfman. So he speaks. "You never learn, do you, Tats? After that beating you took from me and Spider-Man in LA a few months back." And we're reminded that was MTU 93. I love the art on this page.
Yeah, the art is super badass. I like that that Denny said you caught the soul-wrenching action of Marvel Team Up 93. I don't know if I'd agree with that. I'm not sure the action was soul-wrenching.
You don't remember the hot piss that got thrown on Spider-Man by a bunch of hobos?
I loved the hot piss. Like, that was amazing. But yeah, my soul wasn't wrenched, is what I'm saying.
Mine
I don't think my soul's never been wrenched by an issue of Marvel Team Up.
I've been going to a chiropractor since that issue.
Yeah. So
piss. How did I miss this I gotta find this episode.
It was hot soup, but I'm pretty sure it was hot piss because it was ambiguous. It was like added in after the fact.
Yeah, and it was yellow. It was a cauldron of yellow liquid that was thrown onto Spider-Man.
Made by hobos in a mission with sewer access. It's piss.
It sounds just like Roy Thomas is going crazy. You know?
Yeah.
And he's just hating his job. He hit Spider-Man with a tub of hot piss.
Yeah, so we should go to the next page. We got so Jack he was in such a cool mode in the last two panels, and then in the first row of this next page, we got 4 tall vertical panels that say, and Jack, as the beast kind of like stops and holds his head, saying like, "You'd think that, my head," and then he just kind of drops down to his knees and says, "In pain, horrible pain." And he just starts yelling louder and louder. He's like, "Must fight pain, must destroy." And then he just starts destroying the casino. He hits one of the tables. And then there's such a killer panel at the bottom of this page where he just lifts the roulette table up and is roaring and is about to throw it. We got lots of great Perlin faces in that bottom panel. Man, so cool, because his shit is so vintage. Like it's even earlier than 60s vintage in a lot of ways. Like this could be early 60s, like Challengers of the Unknown kind of, just, I don't know. They look very throwback and cool to me.
That redhead looks like a Ditko woman from like...
It does look like a Ditko
Atlas.
Woman. I know, it totally looks Atlas era. So there's all these people saying, "The monster, he's gone berserk." And the one guy who said, and then we see a familiar face up at the top of that panel who says, "Holy Christopher, it's the werewolf." And we see it, that's Johnny. And then we get a little note at the bottom, says Ghost Rider briefly met the werewolf in Marvel Premiere 28.
And I stand corrected here. Behind Johnny, it says Baccarat. So there is Baccarat here.
Shit. Yeah, he should have gone fancier. You're right, Brad.
I like that we're keeping the thread of Jack Russell, the most ineffectual werewolf of all time, that is present in this issue. He basically gets slapped around and loses every fight he's in. So we're keeping with the continuity here.
I think so, but I don't know, Brad. I was thinking of you when I was reading this. I mean, he gets knocked through a concrete wall and jumps back up. He has a pretty fair fight with Ghost Rider in a lot of this. I felt like this was Jack almost a lot more powered than we'd seen him in past.
He just got felled by a guy with hot gloves.
Yeah, well, but something else is going on, he's having some troubles.
And then GR comes in and puts him in his place. And then he kind of comes back a little bit later, and then they just kind of like,
spoilers,
resolve it. Right?
It's okay.
I'm just saying, once again, no slash throats, no felled thing. And if you removed him from the happening, things would probably go a lot smoother for everybody. I'm sure. Yeah. The one thing your podcast really pointed out to me is just that the werewolf character, Jack Russell, is lame, and that the second werewolf character rips, the space guy.
Star God, Manwolf?
Star God, yeah, Manwolf, yeah. Manwolf greater than Jack Russell. I'm saying it here. I know I'm going to piss everybody off, but it's just the way it is.
I wouldn't say that, that people are pissed off. I have a question though. Does Johnny have full recall of Ghost Rider's time? Like, is it like is he in the back seat, not in control, watching the demon do stuff?
He has, it's whatever they want for the issue, but typically he does.
Okay. So
typically he does have recall. It's like they'll make it muddy when they want to make it muddy. Okay.
So yeah, Johnny also ducks into a dark alcove, and he says it looks like he's going to kill somebody before he's through. I can't change identities. I got to keep a tight enough rein on the Ghost Rider, so he'll tackle that monster for me. And he changes into Ghost Rider in this closet, essentially, or something. I mean, that's where the video poker is. I don't know. And then he's hoping that the Ghost Rider doesn't, just chime in and join in with Jack and start destroying stuff. And so he jumps out and says, "Cease your rampage and slink back to whatever murky netherworld has spawned you, monster, lest you arouse the full awesome wrath of the Ghost Rider." And some hellfire comes out of his hands, and he incinerates the roulette table that Jack's chucking at him. The werewolf jumps on top of him and starts throttling him. And the Ghost Rider thinks, the creature is endowed with a supernatural strength that rivals my own. And then he says, he puts his hands around the werewolf's throat and says, he's impervious to the pain of cold flame that would wring shrieks of soulless agony from any mortal man. I thought that was cool that like the dark hold magic or whatever the curse is nullifies this hellfire or the cold flame, whatever you call it. Like the magic, nullifies magic essentially.
That's something that a normal 19-year-old young man can't do. So there you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Ghost Rider didn't know that his main primary weakness, Jack Russell's, is a judo throw.
Yeah.
If he just accomplished one of those.
Yeah.
Jacob, maybe this is a good time to cover the new rules that I think was that Jackson that sent those in.
Mm-hmm.
So this season, since Jack's kind of growed up and being a guest, we're taking a drink every time Jack fights the star of the book. So
there we go. Drink to that.
Also, when someone wants to use Jack as a weapon, that's not happening in this book. When Jack's guest appearance is a glorified cameo, definitely not happening in this book. When Jack is chained or caged up against his will, which doesn't happen. When he busts out of a prison or imprisonment. And when Jack loses control and it's not a full moon. That happens here. So that
does happen here. Yeah, we got to drink to that.
Now I'm out of whiskey. That's great. Everything happens to me. All you, Jacob. Sorry.
Yeah. So just on this page, Ghost Rider and the Beast tussle a little bit. Ghost Rider's thinking like, by the lords of Hades, I will destroy this thing. Lands a pretty nice punch. Punches the werewolf through a concrete wall out into the street into some garbage cans.
It's badass.
It's pretty badass. Like I thought that was pretty fucking cool. And then I loved these bottom panels here. So it's Ghost Rider leaping over to the werewolf, but we're kind of behind the werewolf. The narration I actually thought was pretty cool. It reads, savagely, the Brimstone Avenger hurls himself at his lupine adversary. But then suddenly, as the first pale light of day penetrates the dingy, rubbish-strewn alleyway, the throaty growls of the werewolf abruptly cease, and a remarkable metamorphosis occurs, transforming the snarling, slavering werewolf into, and then we see in that final panel, just as Ghost Rider is about to pound this guy's face in, this werewolf, he is a man again, but he's almost back to his human form. He still has his fangs and kind of pointy ears, but he's lost all of the hair. So I really liked that sequence of 3 panels at the bottom there.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Perlin has some fun superhero fight stuff. There's a Ghost Rider issue where Ghost Rider and Doctor Strange fight, and I believe it's Perlin who draws it. God, it could be Budiansky. I think it's Perlin. And it's really good superhero fight stuff. Really fun. And I think this stuff's pretty fun here. It's good. It's good throwing people through walls and fire and haymakers and big explosive, knock everything over. WWF comic book fighting. I love it.
And Perlin seems to be loving it. He's having a blast. And so am I. On the next page, it continues the narration saying he turns back into an ordinary man. In this first panel, it looks like Jack, he's down on one knee. It looks like he's saying, will you make me the happiest werewolf in the world? But he's not proposing. He's saying, please stay back. All the destruction I caused, I didn't mean it. And so the Ghost Rider changes back into Johnny, and there's a very creepy, weird, it looks like Red Skull or something like that, but white, as he's changing back also into Johnny Blaze. He's like, I don't know who you are or what you're all about, fella, but something tells me you and I ought to go have ourselves a talk. And we cut to this Greasy Spoon diner where Johnny's sitting there having a cup of coffee, and Jack's like just pushing, using his butter knife to push some like eggs and yolk around his plate. And I love that he just has this shirt half unbuttoned, his tie's undone. He looks like they just were out. What was that movie, Diner, like with Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Or it looks like that. Like we had a hell of a night, didn't we? Like.
Yeah.
Diners with Mickey Rourke.
Oh, Mickey Rourke, yeah.
And Paul Reiser.
Oh, right. These are interesting.
Yeah. Great movie.
I've never seen that.
And the guy from Police Academy?
Yeah. Steve
Guttenberg?
Yeah. Okay. Great movie. 10 out of 10. Watch it immediately.
Yeah, this just felt to me like this was some epic road movie thing. Like, I don't know. I wish there was some big budget kind of TV series with Johnny's adventures where Jack could just come in and be a recurring guy. But anyway,
that's my favorite thing about this issue is that they could have done a little bit more with it, but I really appreciate the idea that like, oh, these guys are similar. Both these like helmet-haired blonde dudes who have this uncontrollable transformation element, and I like that. I like that Johnny Blaze is like, oh, you've got some bullshit too. Like, let's go talk about it. Like I like that a lot because Johnny would be his like senior a bit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a cool little way to have them converse as people to relate on a level that they would absolutely relate on and not ignore that fact, you know.
Yeah, he's like, oh, your dad worked satanic magic? I sold my soul to Satan. This is so weird. Yeah, so, he's explaining, like, I heard this tip that Tatterdemalion is going to be here, so I flew up to stop him. And he's like, well, I know how it is, man. When I turn to Ghost Rider, I just hope that he doesn't go nuts. He's like, no, you don't understand. I've had control of the werewolf for a while, unless it's a full moon. Like, yeah, but there wasn't a full moon last night. And I realized as Jack is standing up, like, he's wearing green pants. So, like, all he would have to do to be camouflage is just literally wear any other pants. And he wouldn't even see him.
Yep.
Like, hey, where'd that werewolf guy go?
No, he loves green pants. He's not going to change. He's not going to change for you, Matt.
Mr. Green Jeans. I don't want him to change. That is the thing.
Is there a great Werewolf by Night action figure?
I have one.
It's a decent. You can show me some other time, but I just figure like it's a cool visual. You'd think they'd have made a cool one by now.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay, Jacob. Sorry.
Is that Marvel Legends?
Yeah, I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Give him a little stand.
Yeah, those can be pretty hit or miss, and when they hit, they hit well.
And this has been out of print for a while. I think this is like $80 to $100 now. It was like $30 when I got it, like 10 years ago.
I keep trying to get my Spider-Man 299, and it's like I'm not paying. I have a threshold for what I pay for a Spider-Man 299, and it's not $100. You know,
no one should pay that.
Not even 60. It's like what are we talking about here?
Yeah,
that's Miguel O'Hara. Is that the Spider-Man?
Yeah. The coolest Spider-Man.
Sure. Okay, so
my Spider-Man ranking, because fuck it, is Miguel O'Hara number 1, number 2 Ben Reilly, and then I'd go whoever else has been Spider-Man, and then at last would be probably Peter Parker.
Okay. What about Miles? You don't like Miles?
I like Miles. He would be somewhere before Peter Parker.
Oh, that's in that
I'm just
of anyone else. Okay.
Yeah. I actually do think Peter Parker rules. I just think he's a funny character to pick on. He's like stuck in the weirdest loop of what fans want from him.
He is,
and it's true. It's like more so than almost any other character because of his particular age when he's created as a teenager. And it's like, it's just interesting. They keep like creating other teenager Spider-Man to like, okay, we'll offset that so we can have him grow. And then eventually he just becomes kind of a young person or teenager again anyway, no matter what,
Yeah.
It's like,
yep.
Even though Straczynski ruined it, I will say his first few issues when he took over and made Spider-Man a teacher was fucking cool. Before he flew off the deep end and wrote some of the dumbest Spider-Man shit of all time. That first little run was pretty damn cool.
It was. I agree. But then he undid all of it forever with some really bad choices after that.
Some of the worst choices ever. Baffling. Him and Jeff Loeb were just like, how do we really fucking piss people off?
Yeah.
And tell a bad story doing it.
Yeah.
And they did both really well.
You ever I wonder about Jeff Loeb. Like, he sucks. He's very bad. Never been a fan of his. However, Superman for All Seasons is so good
It's really good.
It's like, how did he do this? It doesn't fit into the thing he does. And I'm like, this is fucking great. It's not even just good. I think it's great. I'm like, did
Alan
Tim
Moore wrote
Sale?
that. Oh, I'm thinking of For the Man Who Has Everything.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Did Tim Sale just secretly write that? And Jeff Loeb just fucking slapped on it or whatever? I don't know. But if Jeff Loeb, I'm going to assume he did write it. You knocked that one out of the park, buddy. You'll always have that. You know?
So wait, you don't like The Long Halloween?
Hate it. Despise it. I think it's garbage.
Okay.
Yeah. I truly think that's the most overrated Batman.
I didn't like it either. I don't tell people
it's garbage.
that. You're like the first person I've ever met who agreed with me.
It's fucking garbage. The mystery doesn't make any sense. It's boring. The villains just pop up. It's very derivative of other movies. Like it uses the Godfather quotes, and then all of a sudden it's Silence of the Lambs. It's like 6 of the AFI top 10 movies. They just take that. And my biggest problem is I think Miller made such a great recapitulation of Batman in year one, where it's great. It's just this great thing. And Long Halloween purports to be like sort of like a direct sequel to the year one, even using like Falcone. But year one very much takes place in the world outside your window, whatever that day is today, like the cars and everything. All of a sudden, Long Halloween, everybody's like 40 Chicago gangsters kind of look to it for reasons I can't understand. And I just don't think it's written very well. I don't think any of it's very good. I think the true Long Halloween, or the true book that should be where Long Halloween's at, the true sequel to year one that's good. I mean, one of the best Batman comics ever, which just stomps over that piece of shit, is Matt Wagner's Batman. Matt Wagner did 2 sequels to year one. They're direct sequels to year one. He wrote and drew them, which is Batman and the Monster Men and Batman and the Mad Monk. They're incredible, and they actually feel like they're of a piece and in conversation with year one in a satisfying way. And they retell the earliest Batman stories, which are like super pulpy with like vampires and monsters, but in the world where it would make sense for year one.
Yeah.
And he keeps the look of that while still being a Matt Wagner art. And it rips, completely rips. And I just want to take every time I hear Long Halloween, like put on this Batman pedestal, I'm like, well, Wizard promoted that to you. It's not actually good. It sucks. It's fucking garbage. Tim Sale's artwork is good though. Tim Sale rules.
Yeah. No, it looks nice and all, but
It looks great. Yeah.
Who wrote Hush? I didn't like Hush either.
Oh, that's Jeff Loeb.
Yeah, that's Jeff Loeb.
I don't think I like Jeff Loeb. His
no,
writing.
you don't, because he's terrible. He's terrible at his job. And if you're listening, Jeff, you're doing just fine in life. Go fuck yourself. You know?
Yeah. Friend of the show. He listens to every episode. So
not friend of Brad Michael Elmo, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
I'd show up at his headstone with flowers because of Superman for All Seasons. I don't just think that's good. I think it's perfect.
It is.
And I'm super picky about Superman, and that's a perfect Superman story.
I've heard nothing but good things about Batman and the Monster Men. I don't know if I've heard of Batman and Mad Monk, but I've heard nothing but love for it.
They're of the same piece. They're connected. Yeah.
Cool. Well, if you're still listening,
No, this is Essential Comics talk. This is why the people are here.
No, I know.
You're right.
No, people honestly do like these dog legs. I totally get that. I'm just saying, if we piss anybody off with the Loeb bashing.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Just blame it on me, because I've got a bunch I can throw in the hat. Let's see who else I want to piss off. Jeff Johns, terrible. Fucking just get him out of here. You know, I could do this all day with hack DC writers. You know, don't even get me fucking started on Tom King. You know, Jesus fucking Christ. I did like the one his indie comic. What's it, Sheriff of Baghdad?
Oh yeah,
that ripped. Everything else is just fucking crap. Miracle Man looks great though. A lot of these comics have great artwork.
Well, yeah.
You know,
is it Mitch Gerrits or whatever? That guy's amazing.
Anything that guy does, I think looks amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, I just want to grab Jorge Fornes and just like stop drawing Tom King comics. Like, get him on some. That guy is incredible, an incredible artist, and yet he's stuck doing like Rorschach or whatever the fuck, you know. Anyway, I'm an old man and I am grumpy, and you're all gonna hear about it.
That's right.
Did you guys read Ultra Mega yet?
No, I forgot you told us about that.
Oh, yeah,
That
that's right. We need to do
fucking-
that.
rips so hard.
Completely fell off my radar.
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. I'm just, why not? You know?
Hey,
No, these asides are
we
fun
haven't talked
for sure.
for a while.
Yeah. No, so it's nice. It is definitely nice to catch up. So, all right, where were we? We are outside of the Diamond Cowgirl Casino, and Johnny and Jack are talking. And yeah, Jack is explaining that he shouldn't have lost control last night. He has no idea how he lost control, what happened. And Johnny's kind of the voice of reason at this point. He's like, look, I think you should go back to LA right now. Lock yourself up somewhere till you figure out what's making you lose control, which would be the smart and responsible thing to do. Mm-hmm. But Jack immediately is like, I can't do it, Johnny. Not my Tatterdemalion is on the loose. Well, besides, what happened to me at the casino won't happen again. I just won't let it. So here we have young Jack, not thinking clearly, being kind of a dumbass. But that was also comforting. I like inexperienced Jack being a dumbass.
I like how he's just kind of like, no, I can't just have some pearls disintegrated.
Yeah.
It's worth the risk of eviscerating 7 people. Like, I just...
Who's going to save the money, huh?
And I just won't want to happen again.
Yeah.
It's like an alcoholic. That's fine. I just won't drink. Dude, always drink. Nope, not this time.
I like him proactively summoning the werewolf to kick some ass, though. That's cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. No, it's a great change.
It's fun when it works.
They should have done that earlier in the run, in my opinion.
Probably.
Werewolf by Night, you know.
It might have gone on longer. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? But at the bottom of this page, we get some pretty cool panels that I dug because we actually get some stunt riding. Johnny's reported for work at the casino, doing what he does best. Even though I love that he's doing all of this, but his mind is a million miles away. He's thinking about the orb. He's thinking about how the manager was pissed off at him. And yeah, so he's very distracted while doing a handstand on his bike.
Muscle memory, bro.
Yeah, it is muscle memory.
It's like a sex worker or a barista. Yeah. It's like, I'm not here right now. You know that, right?
Yeah, like stunt biking is his Tuesday. Of course, that's just whatever.
No, it's true. And then I love at the bottom, but it all comes back to this. At the bottom panel, he's like, I just hope I can earn enough bread while I'm out here too. And then he hears a noise from off panel and says, what the? Yeah, it's like, ugh. He's like, but then Johnny knows Jack so well that he's like, what? Good grief, that sounded like Jack.
They actually would be a good romantic couple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd be into that.
That would actually rip if that's where this comic was headed, as opposed to just the accidental homoeroticism of all superhero comics, where it's like just earlier, it's like some guy, superhero bursts out of a closet dressed in leather. You know,
mm-hmm.
it's instead of it just being like, instead of it being like semiotically read, it'd be great if it was just like, hey man, I got a monkey on my back too. I turn into this demon, you turn into a werewolf. You want to make out? Like they could have really. That actually would have ripped. Can you I'm not even joking. I'm not even doing a bit.
I'm totally into it.
I bet somebody read this in 81 and then like Henry Darger wrote a closet full of like erotic fan fiction.
Oh well, I mean, this is clearly where Annie Prue, who's the guy who is it? Annie Prue wrote Brokeback Mountain? I can't remember. God, this is clearly where they got the idea.
Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, Annie Prue. Yeah.
Or is it?
I thought you were going to say Stephanie Meyer and
I can't remember who wrote it, and then some other author actually adapted it. God damn it. Anyway, doesn't.
Yeah.
It matters, but not right now.
Brokeback Rider. I'd watch that.
I would too.
I totally watch that.
Yeah.
Is it me? Oh, sorry. It's me, isn't it? So yeah, he's like performing the circus show above an entire like casino restaurant full of people. So he's on a tightrope, popping a wheelie, leaning back with no hands at a 45-degree angle, descending down to a ramp to his big finish, thinking, it is Jack. He's having another one of those weird attacks. Lucky for him, it's dark out there and people don't know him that well in Vegas. And it's like he's about to become, and then he's just slashing at people, roaring, throwing his arms back exultantly, And people start running. Someone says it's the same beast that wrecked the casino. He'll mangle us. And then this kind of threw me. This version of the werewolf who is out of control speaks.
I know.
So he says, "Rawr, run while you can, humans, for I mean to destroy." And then, "You shall destroy nothing, fanged werebeast." And Ghost Rider comes in from behind and kicks him right in the chin. A flying kick. I like we're taking his head off.
Oh, what a great panel.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I forgot that he doesn't talk like that. Yeah.
Not normally, no.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Not when he's on the full moon nights, he doesn't.
Who's editing this book? Is it Jim Shooter?
O'Neill.
Well, he's
O'Neill.
Yeah.
O'Neill. Where were you, O'Neill?
Yeah.
Get your shit together, man.
Like, he didn't speak in Spider-Woman when Malus had the mind control collar on him, did he?
no.
No.
I didn't think
Weird.
so.
So he got his shit
It's like a
all scrambled up.
different type of personality for the wolf too. Like
Yeah, it's almost exactly.
yeah.
We've never seen him not be Jack and speak, so it's definitely off-putting. Not
Yeah,
Jack
and
mentally, I mean, sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
And just continues on the next page. The werewolf says, "We battled before. You shall not live to do so again." And, Brad, Ghost Rider thinks his strength is awesome and his claws razor sharp. So that's something, right?
Hey, yeah, hey. I stand corrected.
Because, yeah, Jack is on top of Ghost Rider, starting to throttle him. And Ghost Rider's like, I've got to. And then before the werewolf can, basically just choke him out, Jack starts changing back into his human form. And right as he changes into his human form, he's freaking out at this point. So he sees...
No, okay, back up.
Yeah. Okay.
Before the werewolf can choke him out is not...
Yeah.
You that's conjecture, sir. Like,
Ghost
Ghost Rider's merely getting his bearings before he, I don't know, judo throws him into another defeat. I think, this is another clear and decisive victory for GR here, because
That's conjecture.
That's total conjecture.
He was
I
on
just
top.
think that
He was getting ready to rake his fleshless skull, which would do not much. But
nothing. That's my point. There is no choke. There is no choking Ghost Rider out here. There's no avenue of pursuit that would, in precedent.
Yeah,
I
they
would
could have
just
started
think-
kissing.
Rider
Is that what you want us
down,
to
you know?
say? They could have
Yeah.
started kissing.
look,
I do think that would have been great. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
No,
they both
I've-
seem to just kind of untransform, to transform back, untransform back. Come on, I'm a writer. They both just seem to like dissipate for really no reason. They just kind of like, I mean, there's something going on here. I'm shipping this. This is my big comic book ship now.
no,
Do
we
it.
need to make
Russell, Johnny Blaze,
we need to make a pitch to Leah Williams. Leah Williams should write this shit. She would.
What would this
she
ship
would do.
called?
Yeah.
Blussel.
Oh well, that's the most pleasing to the ear, right? Yeah.
Oh shit.
But no, so okay, but Jack is in his human form and he's freaking out. He's like, "Please, Johnny, please change back. I'm okay. I'm okay. I don't know why this keeps happening to me." And yeah, so Johnny is back in his human form as well, and he's like, "It's no good, Jack. I'm sorry, but we have to find out what's making you go berserk. We've got to get you off the streets." And Jack finally says, "Oh, okay, I guess you're right, Johnny. But what about Tatterdemalion?" And Johnny at this point is probably like, "Who fucking cares? Like,
Yeah.
he's just a weirdo, dude. You're going to totally eviscerate tons of people. Like, let's just get you somewhere where you can chill out." So he says, "I'll worry about the Tatterdemalion, Jack. But for now, we've got to find a safe place to lock you up. And I think I know a good one." So he's got an idea.
But what about people's Kino tickets, Jacob?
Yeah. No.
I love that he's like calls him Johnny like 3 times. I would imagine
Yeah.
Johnny's like, "Dude, please stop calling me by my first fucking name." Jesus Christ. Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's bigger fish to fry than Tatterdemalion jumping on bingo night.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. So Johnny has an idea, so he takes him out to on the desert, this race place, and he's like, Jack's walking towards a giant Quonset hut and says, "What's that?" Well, that's a steel reinforced Quonset hut that Langtree Racing Team set up here last week to store the fancy race car we saw in the first scene. He thinks, wow, it's a heck of a time for me to ask Gina to do a favor, but just one day after the Ghost Rider nearly scared her to death, which is also last ish. So a ton of stuff happened last issue.
Yeah.
So yeah, he comes up and approaches Gina Langtree, and she says, "Johnny, I'm glad you've come. I've got to talk to you." And he's like, "Look, if it's about the demon in me and all that," she's like, "No, Johnny. Meanwhile, there's a 20-year-old strawberry blonde kid standing there shirtless with shredded jeans and no shoes on. Like, do you want to introduce me to your friend here? Or, but he's like, there's something bigger going on. She's, no, there's another thing going on. Pete hurt his arm. I need you to drive in the big race. We got to win this thing. He was like, dude, I can't do that. And she's like, you're the only one. You're a heck of a good race car driver, and you know it.
He's Johnny Blaze.
He is Johnny.
He does like to bury his freaking needle, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's true.
There's a big race.
This big race.
We'll fight about you being a demon later.
Yeah.
I can't drive in that. It's so European. What are we talking about?
It's very European.
It is. But yeah, on the next page, Gina's just pissed now, and she's just like, besides, after what happened, I think you owe me a favor. And Johnny also, so they're just fighting right now. Johnny's like, what did happen? I nailed a guy who was trying to kill me. And Gina, is going over all the shit that happened last issue. He horribly disfigured his face during some sort of motorcycle race.
Last issue. And Johnny's like, fuck that guy. What happened in that race was that guy's own fault, Gina. And let's not argue about that now. So yeah, so much happened in issue 54. Is she a Vulcan? Why are her ears like attached to her fucking jaw?
It's an odd choice in that one.
The art on this page, like Johnny on the previous panel and her on this panel, Perlin's worst work in this issue easily.
Yeah, well, even Jack's face in that first panel, his eyes are basically touching.
Yeah, he looks like, yeah.
Listen, man, he had like probably 2 weeks to draw this.
It's true.
And probably. So he's enjoying the posing and dynamic stuff. And he's like, these two people are talking, I guess. We'll just
if he's going to cut corners, please do it on this page.
Yeah,
honestly.
Oh, and the rest of the issue looks great. So no, I'm not complaining. And so, Johnny says, okay, I'm going to drive the QV250 for you if you'll do something for me right now. He says, this is my friend Jack Russell. I know this will sound crazy, but I've got to lock him up somewhere for a day or two. So he says, I want you to move the car out here for me tonight. Let me lock Jack inside the hut. And of course, Gina's like, you're right. It does sound crazy. I suppose he turns into some kind of monster too. Jack's like, I'll be okay. I promise. And so, yeah, this is their plan. So
you find this girl, you marry her, by the way.
Yeah.
Like no questions asked. Like, was he a monster? Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, but Gina
agrees. Good stress test for a relationship.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to run this by my girlfriend right now. Like, how much of me turning into a demon would she be able to handle? But more importantly, can my new friends also be demon people as well? And
I will show up there tomorrow.
About it.
I can be there tomorrow with bags under my eyes and just tattered jeans on and nothing else, and just say, "Can you lock this guy up in your bathroom?" And if she says,
"No questions asked,"
you got it.
No questions asked. I just gotta. I'm locking him in your bathroom. You'll be fine.
Okay, I'm done walking over you, Jacob. Sorry.
Yeah. So just in the final 2 panels, Jack says, Johnny, at the track tomorrow, keep your eyes peeled. A crowd of well-heeled racing fans is tailor-made for the Tatterdemalion. And so maybe this is more of a European race. There's going to be monocles. There's going to be, there's going to be a ton of,
if the race isn't in a straight line,
then
it's European.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say.
I thought the same thing, Jacob. Like, this race, this is not the typical like NASCAR. This is like the best sturgeon caviar, the best toast tips.
That's right. monocles being dropped into champagne flutes.
No, that's why they have a monocle check.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, final panel, Johnny locks Jack in.
Yeah. So hopefully this works, but there's always a fly in the wine, isn't there? Pete from the beginning, who bruised his arm when he pulled that power braking move, he's the racer that's out. And so he shows up and he's like, I'm so glad I remember that there's that very specific socket wrench that the guys need for the pit crew. And it's specially made and machined to work on this one car. If they don't have it, they're fucked. So I got to come and get it for the Quonset hut. So he unlocks it and rolls up the door and wow. Jack comes out and slashes him upside the face. Some blood squirts out and he just collapses and the beast trumps out with his Tatterdemalion sense tingling.
No, Jack just disfigured this guy.
Yep. No, that guy doesn't have an ear
rough,
now.
Man.
Yeah.
Pete's having a hell of a couple days.
He is.
He's going to look like Brundlefly after he gets out of the hospital.
Yes. Yeah, I did like the I did like the werewolf face that we get in that. I like that whole panel of him.
Me too.
Yeah, completely ruining Pete's life forever.
That's like dictionary Perlin werewolf face.
Yeah, very, very comforting. So yeah, on the next page we cut to the start of the race, and Gina's giving Johnny her racing strategy when we hear off panel a voice who says, haha, I'm afraid there's been a slight change of plans, young lady. Johnny turns and says, who the... And then, Tatterdemalion jumps into the panel as he always does. And just fucking clocks Johnny, knocks him out. He says, you see, I've decided that I'll take the QV250. Well, all this young man will get is pain. And then, just fucking punches Johnny in the face.
Cheap shot.
Yeah, it is a pretty cheap shot. Tatterdemalion goes on to explain, he's like, $1 million racing car. What a marvelous symbol of waste and decadence it is. But you needn't worry, my dear. I'm not intending to drive it far, just as far as the nearest cliff where I'll... And then he's cut off by a loud growl coming off panel from him. He's like, what?
And he turns to see the werewolf charging at him. And he says, why, Wolfie, fancy meeting you at a posh event like this. I didn't know you were a racing fan, as he pulls off his cape and wraps it around the werewolf's head. He's like, finding the early morning weather a little nippy, fur face? Then here, let me lend you my cloak. And he's blinded. And he says, its nauseating stench should befoul your hypersensitive olfactories long enough for me to bash you senseless with my lead-weighted scarf. Ka-chock! So again, this is 2 meetings in a row where he's been knocked out by this fucking gimmick scarf, and he's out cold. Ta-ta, Wolfie! Don't forget to give my regards to the 3 little pigs as he's climbing into the fancy car. Next time you huff and puff and blow their house down.
Now, has this happened before? How many times have people brought up the 3 little pigs?
Not
when talking about werewolf?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think this might be the first one.
Wow, they're really missing out
right?
on some real estate there, you know?
Yeah.
The restraint.
Yeah.
My favorite is when Tatterdemalion's getting into the fancy car and he gives a nice little parade wave.
Yeah.
As he's going off. He's waving to the crowd.
So Johnny's pulling himself up, rubbing his head, going, holy Toledo, the Tatterdemalion, he's getting away. That's very Fred from Scooby-Doo.
It is.
And Tatterdemalion's very, very snidely Whiplash. This whole thing has like a wacky racers vibe to it.
Yeah, he is.
Good call. Oh my God. So yeah, he got cold cocked again. And I like to imagine when he's pulling away here that this laugh, the way it's drawn and all, he's got to sound like Vincent Price in Thriller.
I would hope so. Yeah.
I hope.
Vincent Price, if we're going to go 70s, that'd be a good Tatterdemalion too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would be great.
I mean, there's not too many comic book villains that Vincent Price wouldn't be great at.
Yes,
you know,
true.
some version of him.
True.
I mean, if anything, it just really pick one.
For God's sakes, he plays himself in Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Like he doesn't even need the formality of a character.
Yeah. That where he is Vincent Price, but also Doctor Strange in that one Scooby-Doo with Scrappy-Doo thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved that as a kid.
So I have to tell you, Brad, I don't want you to get mad, but someone who did suggest we bring back the casting call said, what if, I know this is kind of crazy, but what if Jack Palance was the Tatterdemalion?
Love it.
Really?
We didn't like it at first, but thought about it a little bit, and then we're like,
are you kidding me? He's Jack Palance, especially around this time. He rips. He's a great Dracula. He's a great Western villain too.
Yeah.
I'm
in for it. You know,
I balked at first, and then I came around.
Yeah, both of us did. We kind of liked it at the end.
Yeah, because he's got the crazy eyes. It would take him 7 minutes to say any of these lines, but it'd be worth it, you know.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
So on the next page, okay, so Johnny is pissed. He wakes up. He's like, I suppose a stolen racing car should be a job for the cops, but all the cops out here. He says all the cops here seem to have their hands full just controlling this massive crowd. That's a funny thing to say a little bit, but he's like, besides which, it's me, the Tatterdemalion, knocked out rather unceremoniously on this can, and I'm just itching to pay him back as the Ghost Rider. So he transforms and takes off. And I do kind of like I love the bottom three panels. Love him taking off from the track. Then there's suddenly he's chasing after Tatterdemalion. They're on like a windy road. They're on like some kind of windy mountain road. And then I like Tatterdemalion. So I just keep thinking, because his weighted scarf is flowing behind him. And I had just recently with my wife watched the Isadora Duncan kind of biopic that was done in the late 60s with Vanessa Redgrave. That's how Isadora Duncan, the dancer, how she died. She had a long scarf that went behind her and then got tangled in some wheels and it broke her neck. And so, that was all I could think in this. I was just like, oh, what's going on here? But no, that's a little too hard.
Good call. I haven't seen that movie. How is it?
It's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, word.
It's really, really hard to find. So this is a movie. It's not on, there's not a usable print on YouTube. It's not streaming anywhere. It's never streamed anywhere. I actually had to buy the DVD.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I have to search that out then.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So I was impressed here because on this last panel, we see Tatterdemalion, like you said, riding off, and he's thinking, it's not possible. My speedometer is pushing 280 and he's still gaining. But he has his slouch hat on, just kind of like flipped up like a fucking hee-haw dude. So it's like
280 miles an hour.
Have you patented this fucking hat? Like, can you imagine this on like fucking Shark Tank? Like, what if you were in a convertible going 280 miles an hour and your hat is on your head?
You could skydive in this fucking hat.
I'm in. 2%, $5 million. I'm in. And okay, so this top row here is kind of strange. I dug it, but like the first one, when Johnny's kind of still rubbing his head and talking about the cops being busy, he looks like he's filling his diaper, like he's doing some business. And the next panel, his flesh is melting off so the Ghost Rider can come out. He looks fucking horrifying.
Yep, every time, that middle panel.
And I love that he raises his fist above his head and Hellfire shoots out and forms his fucking bike under him. Like, that's so cool.
It's pretty badass.
That's all. I just like the hat.
Yeah.
So on the next page, he's riding along and Tatterdemalion says, "Stay back, you fool. The road's too narrow. You'll kill us both." And he says, "You are the fool, villain, to think that you could tempt my satanic wrath." And he just pulls up alongside of him and jumps off his bike towards Tatterdemalion driving this car with his fist glowing, like burning with flame. And yet elude the avenging flames of hell. He's like, "No, please, for the love of heaven, don't." And Ghost Rider lands on him, starts choking him. They go off the edge of the cliff as he's shrieking, "Yeah!" And they go down off a mesa, crash on the bottom of the canyon, explode. And then we have this bottom row where Ghost Rider just stands up and forms another bike. He's like, "It's over. No mere mortal could have survived that crash. The Tatterdemalion is dead, but the Ghost Rider still lives." And so he's riding off. In the foreground, Tatterdemalion is pulling himself out from under the burning chassis of this car. And it says, the final panel says the following afternoon, and we see a medical center. And how are you doing, Jack? Just fine, Johnny. So we got the final pages here.
I love that he fucking killed that guy.
You had no problem
for
with that.
essentially minor property destruction. You know,
It's an expensive race car.
That's an expensive race car.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
true. I mean, I just love it. You know, I was
But
surprised when he killed him.
I was too. It was very excessive and awesome.
Or at least I think he's dead. I don't know. Maybe I misread it. But it seemed to be like he's like, this guy died.
Yeah.
Well, he's climbing out. There's little motion lines showing that
he's climbing out of the
slowly
car.
pulling himself out.
But Ghost Rider thinks he's dead.
Yeah.
But the real loser here is poor Gina. Her fucking giant car.
Yeah.
She's ruined.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghost Rider's plan to stop him from destroying the car destroys the car.
Yep.
What was she around a long time, or is this kind of a blip? Like, were they trying to make her like what's
Langtree.
Hal's?
No, he has
Iris
he has a long history of this of much like the Hulk, and much like actually I believe Jack as well, where a lot of 2-3 issue women who he just mortifies at some point. You know,
we should start a band and have a song called 3-Issue Woman. It's just about all of our loves that we have to love and leave.
just mortified women would be my band. You know.
Yeah.
By the Odd Jobs.
Yeah. Mortified Woman by the Odd Jobs. So yeah, this last page made me laugh. So Jack has decided. Oh, you're right. Sorry.
Man,
He's in a rehab center. He has decided to try to convince people at this rehab center that he was an alcoholic and that he needed to be locked up in the detox ward so he could have time to figure some things out. And so they've done this. They locked him up. And Johnny's like, well, have you figured things out? And yeah, Jack kind of goes on a long-winded explanation talking about how Dr. Malus had attached that weird electric gizmo to him that controlled his transformations. And I like that he says, a certain dynamite lady named Spider-Woman rescued me from the good doctor's clutches. And with that gizmo removed, I thought I was okay. Apparently I'm not. He says, the way I figure it, Malus's gadget must have screwed up the metabolic process that enabled me to control my werewolf behavior. And
Dynamite Lady. It's
a
good name for a band too.
Yep.
That's the Dynamite Lady.
Yeah, I like that.
I kept thinking of that guy, Jacob, on that panel that worked in Fargo, that worked at Honey Baked Ham, who has lunch with Marge, and he's like, "He's such a super lady."
Such a super lady. Yeah. Oh,
Sorry.
man.
I'm all over the place tonight.
I thought it was funny. I like that on those bottom two panels, Johnny's like, well, now that you know, is there anything you're going to be able to do about it? And he's like, well, that's the question, Johnny. I just don't know. As soon as I get back to LA, I'll begin looking into it. So we haven't really figured anything out, but Jack does say, listen, Johnny, if you ever get down to LA, you look me up here, because you've been a good friend to me here, Johnny, a good friend. So they shake hands. And Johnny's like, that goes both ways, Jack. Don't worry. We'll meet again. In the meantime, you take care. So, yeah, they're buds now.
Yeah, good pairing. Yeah. I'd say there's the possibility that they're more than just buds.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But, yeah.
In the scanned version I'm looking at here, I have a hard copy here that's going to be bound, but I'm looking at a scanned pirated version. There's an ad after this page that is a Hostess Twinkies ad that has two guys just kidnapping a little boy. And it's just fucking really weird. Because normally it's like, cavity creeps and that kind of shit. But this kid's being nabbed by two guys and shoved into a car.
So it's child endangerment, kidnapping.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Is there a second page to the ad?
Who's the superhero in it?
Nope. It's Spidey.
Oh, okay.
Spider-Man stops the hillside stranglers. Eat your fruit pies, kids.
So
That's
the kidnapper chucks the kid at Spider-Man, who says, "I want to go home right now." And the guy's getting into the getaway car saying, "That wall car will have to take care of that kid. Let's get out of here fast." Spidey says, "Watch me while I take care of the bad guys." Meanwhile, he's handing the kid Twinkies. "Hostess Twinkie cakes, my favorite. Golden sponge cake, cream filling, delicious." And he looks like he's having an orgasm in his little cowboy outfit pants. Really weird.
It sounds weird.
There's no more horror to snack food than those fucking fruit pies.
Yeah, they're pretty gross.
My parents would get them. They keep them in the freezer when I was a little kid.
I think we talked about this.
Yeah,
we did.
They
Covered in
haunt
elf
me to
jizz.
this day. I will never forget the fucking disgusting snot tang gelatin that's in those fucking things. Yeah, just.
Did you get a variety, or were they specific? Like, did they get one fruit filling?
They'd get the variety one,
Okay.
But that's the flavor I remember most is the goddamn lemon one. You know.
Oh man, I would think that the coconut cream one would be the least upsetting. Frozen? No, am I wrong?
No, I mean, they're all upsetting. For me, it's the weird
Yes,
film
they're all
that it leaves on like the roof of your mouth.
No, it's like plastic, microplastics.
That's the worst part. And for some reason, I mean, maybe just growing up in the Portland area, but I never had the Hostess ones. I always had the Franz Bakery versions, which
basically the same, aren't they?
They're the same. I mean, they're still disgusting. I don't know.
Can you
the
imagine
actual
giving a
Hostess.
child one of those today, though?
Yeah.
Like what the reaction would be? Like they could call like CPS on you for that, right? Like,
Yeah.
Just this turgid, disgusting. They're incredibly unappealing to look at and taste.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the last page here. Johnny's leaving Jack's room, and Gina's there, Gina Langtree, and she says, "Johnny, I want to speak to you." And he's like, "Before you say anything, please let me apologize about the car." And she's like, "No, the car doesn't matter. That's just stuff. Stuff doesn't matter to me. People matter." And this third panel has some of the best wording ever. She says, "My father matters. You mattered to me too. At least you did. Look, Johnny, I don't know what kind of weird trip you're into. I don't know about demons and flaming motorcycles and friends that have to be locked up in Quonset huts." And cut. Print that. We're moving on. Nailed it. She says, "I'm a normal, healthy woman, Johnny. I want a normal, healthy man. But there's something sick about you, Johnny. It makes me afraid." Wow, this whole shipping thing is really starting to make more sense here as we move on.
It is.
"Gina, please." She's like, I don't love you anymore, Johnny. So this is goodbye. Just goodbye. Let me explain. And in the last panel, she's walking out the exit door. He's looking on woefully in the foreground, and Perlin did some weird like etching of the Ghost Rider skull into the blackness. Just some contour lines with some flame lines. Very strange ending.
It is a strange ending. And Johnny's face looks really strange in that last panel too. Very elongated and I don't know. Yeah, strange.
Yeah, I do have one. I found one letter about this issue. It's a shorty. It says, "Dear Marvel, I've been collecting Ghost Rider for a long time now, and I have nearly every issue. GR is, in fact, my favorite Marvel hero. I've particularly liked the last few issues because of the supernatural foes. Werewolf by Night in GR 55 was a brilliant choice as a guest star, and deserves a reappearance in these pages soon. I even like the supervillainous Tatterdemalion, and would not mind seeing an occasional supervillain show up from time to time as a change of pace. Keep up the great work, and let's see more great guest stars like Werewolf and Knight Rider. Stephen Swaby, 1 Denby Road, East Ham, London, England." And the response is, "Thanks for your transatlantic ghostogram, Steve. Glad you like Ghost Rider 55's growling guest star. Dandy Don Perlin, who cut his artistic teeth on the late lamented Werewolf by Night mag before chomping on Ghost Rider, was aching for a chance to draw old Wolfie again. It's a lucky thing the werewolf happened along when he did. Don's neighbors were beginning to wonder why he bayed at the moon every month." Oh,
Okay. Not bad. Not a bad letter.
that's all I could find about this issue.
No, that's okay. But yeah, let's do our final thoughts. Should let our guest go first, as always. Brad, what did you think of the issue?
Bradway?
Oh, it was fun. I mean, I always do the same thing, which is what would this be like to read when you're like 8? You know, and it's new on the stands. You've got a werewolf in it. It's got motorcycles in it, fire. I think it could have. I think by the Ghost Rider standard, it's lacking. It doesn't have enough Satan, and not enough existentialism by that measure. But by the little kid monster mash measure, it's pretty fun. Yeah, I dig it. I mean, it's just a blast to look at these weird old things that are cobbled together in such a slipshod and bizarre way. I mean, which you're looking at a story with this like a really like weird act structure to it, right? I mean, like it starts. Our entry into the story is what's his name, Pete?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
You know, and then yeah, it's weird, but they don't fuss around too much about getting Werewolf by Night and Ghost Rider together in the same panels. They just kind of do it. They don't really bend over backwards too much to justify it. They just do it. It's fun.
Jacobus?
I liked it. I think I liked it mostly because of the return of Don Perlin on art. I didn't realize how much I missed him in a lot of ways. Just his, his storytelling his style is simple, but his storytelling is really advanced. And I missed that. The writing in this is okay. You know, like you and I talked about, Matt, Michael Fleischer, he's capable of so much more than what he's doing on these Marvel books. Like, my God, from the stuff that he's doing that he's done at DC and what he's going to do at DC, this is kiddie fair, basically.
What does he move on to at DC?
Well, he did. He wrote the Spectre, the Adventure Comics version of the Spectre. He wrote a ton of Jonah Hex. That's very dark and very existential, and it's like he got all of his darkness. And then, Matt, when does the Future Hex come out? This is 81. Future Hex is 84,
85. I think it follows. I mean, he got moved there in Crisis on Infinite Earths. That's when he got moved to the future. So 85, I think.
Yeah,
86.
But yeah, the Fleischer that we're running into this season on Spider-Woman and on this book is, kind of pales in comparison to his other work.
It's the first Fleischer I've read that hasn't bowled me over. So it's just
it's
weird.
I
didn't know he could write this way.
Yeah, it's been a real, it's been kind of shocking. But I think overall, I think it hits a lot of decent Ghost Rider beats. I love the art. Tatterdemalion was goofy enough, but yeah, I loved Jack and Johnny's relationship. And now that we've really talked it through, I think there was some chemistry there. And again, we are not doing a bit. We are totally into this. This would be great. Like, I feel like they would be a good pairing.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're leaving money on the table by not pursuing it. You know, we should get on the phone with Marvel.
Marvel.
You know, yeah.
Yep.
Listen, y'all. We've got a pitch for you.
Yeah.
It's Blussel. You know.
Blussel. Man, I didn't see it when I was reading this by myself, but talking with you guys and seeing that diner scene, I was just like, there's something here.
There is.
Like, I heard a song playing, like Little Ditty.
Yeah.
Jack and Johnny eating eggs and talk about being cursed. Yeah. I thought this was super fun. Very, very slight. I don't know a lot about Ghost Rider. I've only powered down through some stuff, but I love Tatterdemalion. He's an absurd character that to me is an anti-hero, not a villain, and but he's just nuts. And seeing Jack dealing with fallout from the last appearance or next to last, whatever that was, you know, that actually had consequences. That Malus experimenting on him. I hope this gets resolved. I hope they don't just walk away from this.
We'll find out.
Yeah. No, it was fun. I love them meeting each other. And like, you know, we were talking about, like, I love that they seem like a natural pair, even if it's not romantically. Just Johnny's a little bit older than Jack and has more experience, and they have a lot in common. So
yeah.
they have something to eat eggs and bacon about, you know, to talk about.
Yeah, they're both definitely like walking around with a curse. It's like they could hang out with Bruce Banner, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
just kind of all bitch about that, you know?
Yeah. So, and Perlin's art was fucking gorgeous. So I had a blast with it. I really enjoyed reading it. I enjoyed it more this time around than I did the first time several years ago. So it was a thumbs up for me.
I always just fundamentally enjoy an old Ghost Rider comic. They just are appealing to me.
Well, Brad, I'm glad we were able to have you on for a proper Ghost Rider comic. The one, Marvel Premiere 28, Legion of Monsters. It was cool, but it was also so goofy and weird. And we had a good time talking about it, but I feel like we owed you a proper Ghost Rider issue, which I think this was.
Which I appreciate. And I'm stoked for how many more you got left of this guy? I mean, of Werewolf by Night.
What do you think, Matt? A dozen?
Dozen more appearances?
Yeah.
Ish.
Feels like that's about right.
And then you're moving into Son of Satan.
That's right.
But that's Mike Friedrich, creator of Ghost Rider.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to all of that.
Me too.
It's not Adam Warlock.
No, I've heard of him.
Yeah. So normally around this part of the show, near the end of the show, we like to give shout outs to our Pack Brothers and Pack Sisters, as well as our new tier of Star Gods. And Star Gods are first, Pack Brothers and Sisters are those who subscribe to our Patreon at it's at the $5 level is getting the shout outs. If you're at a lower tier, if you're at the $3 level, you get the bonus show, you get all this stuff. You just don't get the special shout out at the end of the episode. But our Star Gods are the ones who go over that, who go to the $10 a month level. And those are people like Michael G.,
Josh Lank,
Jackson T. Overstreet,
Ryan Doze from across the Bifrost.
I'm sorry, hold on. These are great names, by the way.
Yeah.
These are all great names. These are all champions. These people need to be celebrated.
Yeah, that's right. But then our normal Pack Brothers and Pack Sisters are people like Tim Tucker,
Brian from Marvel by the Month,
Jeff Fitzpatrick,
Caleb,
Ben M.,
Michelle from Moonlight Comics,
Mark Nivens,
Rob Haferman,
Russ from Tomes of Evil,
Eric Hadley,
someone named Brad Elmore,
I know that guy, Johnny Turner,
Tony Iupi,
Jared Savedas,
Brink,
Bill from Long Island,
and David D.
Thank you guys. You guys make the show awesome. We appreciate you.
David D? The David D?
The David
D.
The David D.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have those folks get to access our video version of our bonus show, which we do every week along with the main show. And we do a little bit of Werewolf multimedia this season. And then we talk about, I've been doing the Urge to Scourge, where we're talking about the 80s vigilante villain killer. And we've just been kind of chitting and chatting about what we're watching and reading. I have some stuff to share with you, Jacob.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited to talk about the movie that we watched. We watched a movie called Wolf that was, to be said 2022, but I actually think it's from 2019.
It's from 2019 for reals.
Yeah, for reals. And we'll definitely have some things to say about that.
I have a lot to say. And the Urge to Scourge is covering Thor 384, I think.
No. I'm going to be talking about a extremely obscure country singer named Wanda Roth that my wife and I were turned on to, and we were going through her grandmother's things, and we found a signed photo from the 40s of this young lady named Yodelin Wanda Roth. And
Yodelin Wanda Roth.
Yodelin Wanda Roth.
Yeah.
And looked her up and found, we think that Alicia's grandmother, Alma, was a country singer in the 40s in West Virginia. She was on the radio. She, I think her stage name was Little Brownie. And so we think they may have known each other. They were both from West Virginia, both played on the radio around that time. But it seems that Wanda only cut like 4 songs, I think. She just did 2 45s. and her grandkids they've put it up on streaming services. So it's on like Spotify and Amazon and Apple Music and all that. And her 4 songs are cool, but the cool shit is all these like demos, because she'd written over like 100 songs and she made all these demos in the 60s and 70s that are super charming. So I'm going to talk a lot more about that. And it was kind of cool to find someone that obscure and kind of neat.
That sounds incredible, actually.
Yeah. We got in touch with her, with her relatives. They had like some Facebook group that had like 70 people in it or something. And we ended up ordering some shirts. And
Awesome.
we got some cool merch, so I'm going to share a bunch of that.
Are you going to show some merch?
Going to share some merch. Got some pictures, and we got some shirts. And it was funny. They were so stoked. They were just like, "Oh, we have tons of her greatest hits CDs that we'll sell you." And I was just like, "No, we're probably good. We don't really listen a ton to CDs." And then they were just like, well, we also have one of her original 45s, but we'll just throw that in for free. Like, no one wants that, right? And I was like, yeah, no one wants that. I just threw it in for free.
No.
So,
I mean, I guess I'll take it.
Damn.
Yeah, it was awesome. So no, I'm excited for this bonus show. It's going to be so much fun.
Okay. Well, you blew my stuff out of the water. I was just going to talk about John Darnielle's newest book or Max Brooks's new book.
Oh, did you read Darnielle's
What's it,
33rd and a third, whatever the fuck those books
Masters
are?
of Reality?
Masters of Reality? Yeah.
That thing rips.
That's
so
the only thing
hard.
of his
good.
I haven't read.
It's really great.
It's one of my favorite things ever. It is like, I fucking love that. I've like, that's like a movie I'd like to make, actually. Like, I've thought about like trying to get those rights. I am so taken with that story.
I just can't believe they let him do that. Like, because it's unlike any other 33 and a
It's
third
the best
book.
one.
It's the best one because of that. And I know that he was really self-conscious about it for a while, but yeah, I think he's grown to understand how great it is.
So
Yeah,
I haven't read it. I gather from contextually from what you're saying that he did what Joe Pernice did. Joe Pernice was assigned Meet His Murder, and he just used that as a launching point for writing a novelette, essentially a novella.
The difference is that it's not based around crap. Which
Oh my God. Okay. So, hey, thanks for coming on the show. Great to see you again, Brad.
We're talking Black Sabbath here, baby. Actually, I haven't read that. I didn't know there was a another novel one. I have the ones I have tend to be personal and essayist, right? Like, it's sort of rare for them to be fiction.
Oh yeah, it's totally rare.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many of them I haven't kept up with half of them, but they, either go from like sort of that pop journalism to personal expose. But I was so blown away by the Masters of Reality one, and I'm sure the Meet His Murder one would be a good read, because I think that's what a unique thing to do. What a cool way to re-express an album or your experience with an album or art as like a new piece of fiction. And I think the way the Masters of Reality one does it is really clever, and that the story it's telling feeds right back into the album, and also the history of metal and the types of people who are drawn to hard rock or heavy rock. I was so taken with it. It's a touching little book.
Yeah, I want to read it. I mean, I get like, if I get a Paul's Boutique 33 and a third, I want to read about how Paul's Boutique was made. I want to read about the Kings for the Village Green Preservation Society. I want to know how that album, I want to know the story behind Ray Davies' the concept of that album. But like, I also love this as a jumping off point for telling a story and making new art out of it too. I totally get that. So,
but there's some of these albums, like I that I'll get these ones, and it's like there's enough of that kind of information for some of these albums out there.
Yeah,
like
totally.
The one for Some Girls, it's like you can read entire other books made just about some girls, or just the internet, or like some of the ones that have been covered ground, like a Masters of Reality or Black Sabbath, something so into the canon where it's not a can record, right?
Right.
It's like these big, Guitar Magazine is still probably talking about that shit. So it's like that those are the more interesting ones for me to like, oh yeah, that's the perfect place to be like, nah, fuck it. I'm just gonna roll with this, you know?
No, it makes sense to me as well.
Yeah. I can't even tell you how much of a fucking huge influence that book is on like stuff I've been working on or stuff I have worked on that's just never got made. Because like, you know, it's impossible to get things made. But speaking of getting things made, I did finish the script for the video essay I'm working on for you guys, which that's why I was asking how many episodes you think you have left, because I'd like to get it to you before you get out of Werewolf by Night territory.
That'd be awesome.
So anybody on Patreon, I've got a pretty big, bad video essay. It's as professionally done as I can get it done about the Supernaturals comic, which I think people might enjoy or just truly hate me for. Either way, you know, tune in, right?
No, you got time. I think this season's running through basically the calendar year.
Yeah, I'm good. I was hoping I had like a few more months, you know, because it'll take again, it's already written, and I've cobbled together a lot of the, you know, still imagery, but it'll take probably about a weekend to film some of the other stuff, and then another like week of editing, I think.
Cool.
Beyond excited.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
I didn't want to ask.
I'm holding out for a guest. I don't want to jinx it.
Okay.
That shit never works out. But if it does, it'd be pretty fucking dope.
I know Jeff Loeb, if you want his contact info.
Yeah, just let him know I'll see him in hell, you know.
Brad, thank you so much for being on to talk about this issue. It was a blast to see you and to laugh a little bit.
Yeah, it was a great time as always. A tremendous honor to hang out with you guys and talk about comics.
Right on. Is there anything you need the people to know? Nope. Okay, well, join us on the bonus show. If you don't know how to do that, you need to go to patreon.com/werewolf by night podcast and join up at a level of $3 or above to get the video version. You can get it at $2 if you're strapped. You can get the audio version. I mean,
we get it,
but you know, it's video forward for us. So join us there. Otherwise, we'll be back next week for another adventure of Jack Russell and his lycanthropy. Jacob, see you in a minute.
Yeah, we'll see you on the bonus show.
All right. Till we meet again, neath the full moon, furry ones, here's howling at ya.